In a land ruled by a mighty king, there lived a humble young man named Elias. He was kind-hearted and always believed in helping those in need, whether human or beast. One day, while traveling through the dense forest near his village, Elias heard a deep, sorrowful growl coming from behind a thick bush. Curious but cautious, he stepped closer and found a massive lion lying on the ground, its golden mane covered in dust. The beast's paw was swollen, and upon closer inspection, Elias saw a large, sharp thorn embedded deep in the lion's flesh. The creature's eyes were filled with pain, but there was no anger, only a silent plea for help. Despite his fear, Elias decided to help the suffering animal. He took a deep breath, reached forward, and carefully pulled out the thorn. The lion roared in pain for a moment, but then, as the throbbing subsided, it looked at Elias with understanding. Elias quickly tore a piece of his own cloth and wrapped it around the wound. The lion did not attack him, but instead nudged his hand gently, as if thanking him. After ensuring the lion could walk again, Elias left, never expecting to see the great beast again. Years passed. Elias continued to live a simple, honest life, always lending a hand to those in need. But his kindness often came at a cost. He gave food to the poor, coins to travelers, and soon found himself in deep debt. Unable to repay what he owed, he was seized by the king's guards and sold as a slave, a cruel law that punished even the most innocent with bondage. He was sent to work in the royal stables, cleaning and feeding the very beasts that were kept for the king's grand arena. Yet even in chains, Elias never lost his gentle nature. Many of the servants mocked him for tending to wounded animals, but he continued quietly, believing kindness never went to waste. One day, the king announced a grand spectacle in the Colosseum. For the entertainment of the crowd, a slave would be thrown to a lion. By cruel chance, Elias was chosen. The next morning, the arena was filled with thunderous cheers. The king sat upon his golden throne, eager to witness the scene. Elias was dragged into the middle of the pit, his hands bound, his heart calm but heavy with sorrow. The iron gate creaked open, and from the darkness emerged a mighty lion, its eyes blazing like fire. Elias closed his eyes, whispering a silent prayer, but instead of claws tearing into his flesh, he felt something warm and wet upon his feet. He opened his eyes and gasped. The lion was licking his feet gently. Murmurs spread through the arena as confusion replaced excitement. The king leaned forward, bewildered. Why did the beast not attack? Then Elias recognized the lion. It was the same creature he had once saved in the forest. The great beast lowered its head, as if bowing to him. Tears filled Elias's eyes as he whispered, "My old friend." The king rose, astonished. "What is the meaning of this?" he demanded. Elias, with trembling voice, told the story of how he had once freed the lion from its thorn. His words, filled with sincerity, echoed through the silent arena. The king, moved by what he had witnessed, declared, "If even a wild beast remembers kindness, how can a man forget it?" He ordered Elias to be freed and granted him his liberty and wealth beyond measure. Elias used his fortune not for comfort, but to help those who suffered, teaching others that true strength lies not in power, but in compassion. As for the lion, it was released into the wild once more, free to roam the forests, forever bound by the friendship that had defied fear, chains, and fate. And so the story of Elias and the grateful lion lived on for generations, a timeless reminder that no act of kindness is ever wasted. Vocabulary list: thorn, a sharp-pointed part of a plant or tree. Example: Elias carefully pulled the thorn from the lion's paw. Swollen, enlarged or puffed up due to injury or infection. Example, the lion's paw was swollen from the deep wound. Debt, money or favor that one owes to another. Example, Elias fell into debt after helping many poor villagers. Colosseum, a large open arena used in ancient times for public games or fights. Example, the crowd gathered in the Colosseum to watch the battle between man and beast. Spectacle, an impressive or dramatic event that draws attention. Example, the king planned a grand spectacle to entertain his people. Redemption, the act of being saved or forgiven after hardship or wrongdoing. Example, Elias found redemption when his kindness returned to protect him. Compassion, deep concern for the suffering of others, often leading to action. Example, Elias's compassion was what saved him in the end. Want more stories like this? Click the video on your screen for more inspiring stories. And don't forget to share what you learned from this story in the comments below.